my God. Why, guys? Why is this happening? Why did this happen? I hate that it's over. I feel sad. Like, I'm already like sad about this. That's it, guys. That's the series. That's it. Such bittersweet goodbyes, huh? In Game Boys, we had Not in Front of My Salad, right? The movie. I feel like that was also a reference. Do you guys know Not in Front of My Salad? Do you guys know that meme?
Right in front of my salad?
Because it used to be a very big staple of this stream before I made it to YouTube, before I went over to YouTube. Right in front of my salad, guys? All right, I don't even know what to say. How do I wrap this series up? I don't know. The series, I guess I'll start from the very beginning for me anyways. You know, I was not necessarily, hold on, let me move the mic around here a little bit. I was not necessarily going to react to this at first. Not at first anyways, just because like hype. Like it was way too hyped. I'm glad that I did. I'm glad that I got out of my own way and started reacting to the series. At the very beginning, it was like a tale as old as time, right? It was a story that we've all seen and heard probably before, at least I have. Shakespeare, musical, West Side Story, Romeo and Juliet, etc. So I kind of felt like, okay, the story's fine. I didn't hate it, clearly. I loved the chemistry of the two, but the story, as far as the story was concerned, it was, it wasn't a new version of the story. And it still kind of had those tones throughout the entire thing, except they didn't commit suicide at the end, thank goodness. I liked it. I was annoyed at all of the fighting at first. And then as the series started going on, and I started finding myself to be a lot more, into it, let's say, a little bit more like I felt like I cared a lot more about the characters. By the time we got to like episode 6, which I think that's when they went off to the beach and everything, like I was totally into it at that point. So that was about halfway through the series. And then from there, like I'd been looking forward to each episode. I think we all knew, at least I kind of knew, where the series would end. It's a romance. It's not like it's a mystery or anything like that. It's not a, action series or anything like that. There's no real mystery. Like we could assume some things, like it was probably going to be a happy ending. And of course I was right all along that they never actually broke up. I'm going to throw that in there. I'm going to sprinkle that in every once in a while because I feel like I deserve to do that. I told you so dance at some point. But overall, like the series has been fantastic. I particularly like the chemistry between the actors, which, y'all have told me many times that they are friends in real life, that they've been really close for a long time. And it shows. You can tell that kind of stuff between two characters, between two actors, because they just kind of worked together. I think the biggest thing that I liked about this series in particular is the fact that being gay was not an issue. Like them having a relationship because they were two men was not the issue. I'm so glad that they took that route because it's easy, right? Like it's already done. The premise of the storyline has already been done. So I'm glad that they just didn't throw the easy path in there, right? Like it wasn't, oh, they're gay, so now it's even harder. It's the parental aspect. It's the family aspect. So they did remain true to that kind of. I like that. Them being men was not the issue. Them having familial issues was the issue. Primarily, what I loved the most about this series though, as the clinician, as the therapist, the mental health professional, I loved their communication. This series did a very, very good job of showing good communication. Good young communication. The communication, just like everything else, changes over time when you start to change, and it becomes, I don't know, maybe when you're a little bit older, you start getting set in your ways sometimes. So starting off these really good habits young and in a good young relationship is setting them up for success. And it's showing a lot of people how to have good, healthy communication. And I love that. Although it did take a little bit of my thunder away, because my most famous line that I started from the very beginning is like open and honest communication. You just need to talk about it. I didn't have to say that like at all in this series. So they completely like stole my thunder, but I'm okay with it because it's a good example of how you should communicate. Communication is so essential in a relationship, and it just allowed them to flourish like very well as a couple. And I like seeing that. We saw a very healthy couple that started off not necessarily in a healthy place because of the parents. This series, great series, had a lot of fun with it. I will always think highly of it. I am curious to see what they're going to do with it. If they decide to make another season, if they decide to do spin-offs, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I would like. I don't know what I would like. I could see both. But I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna do another season, I would be interested to see how they would keep the intrigue, because it's gonna be a little different. It has to be a little different, right? I mean, there's still a lot of growth that the parents could do, but ultimately the friends are all good. Our two main characters are all good. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what I want to see. Do I want to see a spinoff? I want to see Inkpa some more. I would love to see that. And of course, I would love to see Dr. Hottie and Ponytail together. But that's not going to happen. They have girlfriends now. I think that like there was a lot of memories, and like the first half of this episode was us looking at their memories and being sad about it whenever we didn't have to be sad all along. Which, by the way, yet again, I was right. Thank you. Bye. No. Okay, let's start looking at chat then. I know we're sad right now, but this live stream has really made my day so much. Aww. My one big complaint is them never really dealing with Wei. Yes, I agree. I was not satisfied with the redemption. What he did cannot be overstated, and furthermore, he was a crappy, perpetually angry, petulant. Oh, damn. We got a lot of P's in there. Perpetually angry, petulant friend. I love it. To begin with, he did not establish himself as a safe space for Prawn to turn. So how dare he act so hurt or shocked that he didn't tell him the truth, then outed them. Yeah, I agree. And I definitely see maybe a bit of a divide from those of us and I could be wrong in this, but just from the small sample size that I have, look at me speaking like a scientist, that there seems to be a different understanding between those of us in the LGBT community and some of those who aren't necessarily in our community to why that's important. And maybe that's a conversation that we all have to have with our friends as a BL loving community. For a PG-13 series, this was PG-13. They really kept that open communication going. The viewers at all aspects. I loved that though. I love that, Luke. Luke, that was an amazing part of this series. I love that they had those little hidden things. It's like a Disney movie, right? Like something that the adults get, but the kids don't necessarily get. P.S. I am a straight married lady. I don't think you need to be part of the LGBT. Oh yeah, you definitely don't. You definitely don't, Nakia. You definitely do not need to be, but you'd be surprised if you saw some of the comments. Yes, the lesbians have been starving for good GL content. I would definitely react to some more GLs. I love them. As a lesbian, I feel very validated. I'm glad that they had that in there. I'd been saying since like episode 2 or 3 that this needed to happen, and I'm glad that it did. GL is much more censored in Thailand. Even BLs are getting censored. Oh, like the kiss scene being blurred out. What? Oh no. I had heard that things were changing a little bit in Thailand, and that kind of worries me. I wish BL started to change a little bit after seeing how people love the Bad Buddy portrayed those. I agree. I would love that. We all need to reach outside of our respective communities to understand each other, do our own research, and not make our friends and family in marginalized communities take an emotional labor of teaching us everything. Well said, Nakia. Sorry, this is something I'm really passionate. I love that. I love that. It's a discussion that we have here a lot now, because in particular with people of color, because it is not their job to teach us, right? And I say us as in, I'm a pasty and I hope that you guys see that I at least acknowledge these things. I might not do it in every single episode, and those are the episodes that somebody naturally comes in and goes, oh, you didn't say this. But I do it as much as I can. I have the privileges that I have. I pass as a straight cis male. I can pass. I go out of my way to gay it up a little bit so that it's not so passable because I feel like I have to. But additionally, you know, I am, you know, a white guy. Ultimately, that has privileges, and I try to acknowledge those. Clearly, I don't do it in every episode, but I do try to acknowledge it as best I can. Okay, guys, I think I'm gonna drop the. Why did I say drop? Oh, I think I'm gonna, because this person's name is Drop. We're gonna end it here tonight, guys. Let me do the thing. Oh wait, I'm still recording all of this. I never stopped recording. Oh my God, this is gonna be ridiculous. This is gonna be, how long is this video? It's gonna be a 2.5 hour video. Oh my God.